Hello and welcome back to Rimworld and the Chronicles of Rimmick, episode 16. My name is Barbinger. Last episode, Matt had a brush with death, but Rimmick was able to help him pull through. Today we find our survivors a few days into fall with temperatures dropping once again, and little to no game for hunting. They're stuck eating mercenary meat while trying to keep their sanity. Speaking of mercenaries, one falls in from the sky, this one gravely injured and bleeding out. Rimmick briefly considers adding them to the cave before deciding to rescue them. In fact, she briefly considers trying to convert them as well. They have several high skills and double passions. She will bring them to the cave for a moment, since captives can't be treated in the field. Rimmick notices they are slowly freezing, but not in danger yet. With Traba the Tamer fully patched up, she'll take them to the northern shelter. As she's doing so, a pod with some wake-up pills lands in the southwest. Rimmick grabs an urn that might be useful later. Rimmick and Matt share a disgusting meal which is apparently fine for Rimmick, but gives Matt stomach cramps and vomiting. Rimmick then makes a liar out of me by going back for some stripped clothing from a recently killed merc. Rimmick decides to wear the new toque and abandon her old one, and instead carries the warm-looking tribal wear. Anticipating being busy, Rimmick rigs the door open on the northern shelter and closes the roof. This should allow Traba to escape as soon as they can walk again without needing assistance. Around the same time, Kevin the rancher has become fully healed and makes their way out of the area. Kevin makes it out, further increasing our status with Northwest Kakados. While Traba continues healing, a hare decides to self-tame, a fortuitous offering of meat for starving survivors. As Rimmick acquires sustenance, Traba has finally awoken and begun to escape from the shelter. They make it out before freezing, but there's no status increase with the Covenant of Bavassis. Rimmick catches up with the tame snow hare and dispatches it quickly and mercifully. Despite our mercy, Covenant of Bavassis is back and looking for blood. They have decent melee skill and it's not so cold that they won't reach us. Rimmick is already on the way and prepares her sniper rifle for action. The second shot hits, but hasn't slowed them much. Sick Matt comes to help Rimmick handle the mercenary. Matt connects a shot and slows them just a bit more. The assailant switches targets. Matt and Rimmick quickly trade tactics. Another sniper shot hits. Rimmick takes careful aim and drops our would-be murderer to the ground dead, the final shot ringing off the mountain walls. The joy of victory isn't enough to sustain Matt's sanity, and he goes into an alcohol binge. Thankfully, we only have 2 beers left. Like before, Rimmick takes one for the team and drinks the other beer. Besides, she can use the mood boost. With a good mood and full stomach, Rimmick goes after the wake-up pills. Matt again slips into starvation. He quickly comes out of his binge, having no more beer to drink, and instead tends to his hunger. Rimmick gets to work making more bricks. We can see here that Matt's intellectual has risen since he joined the colony. Bad luck. Matt gets food poisoning yet again. It's hard to keep him researching with all these illnesses and breaks. Rimmick realizes that her clothes are tattered. After finishing some recreation, she goes to put on the new tribal wear she recovered. A raid and transport pod are coinciding once again. The raider is from Biko Kin League and is a concerning threat, with Matt having food poisoning. They have high melee skill and are dressed well enough to reach the shelter. The pod crash reveals Baird the housewife from Northwest Kakados. They have fairly minor injuries, but the greater concern is that they will freeze rather quickly. Rimmick smartly takes care of their appetite before heading out. The raider has begun their attack before Rimmick has gotten back with her rescuee. They're coming up from the southeastern valley. Rimmick drops her patient, looking to get a better angle on the attacker, but decides that they're probably headed into the spike traps. She realizes she was wrong and pulls out her sniper rifle. She misses the shot. Quick assessment of their speeds reveals that Rimmick has the advantage. She aims for another shot. Another miss. She calls in Matt's help. Despite Matt moving very slowly, Rimmick sets him out to take shots on the intruder. Rimmick gets too far ahead of the Merc, and they suddenly switch targets. Matt can't get away. Matt hits the dirt with several stab wounds. The intruder tries to leave with him, but Rimmick quickly gets the kill shot. Rimmick immediately runs to Matt's rescue. She patches up most of his wounds before going back for Baird. She tries to finish patching them up, but her mood is crashing. She has to eat quickly. Another pod crash. This is just too much. Besides, they're from Biko King League and we're running very low on food. We have to be bad guys again. Rimmick saves Matt's weapons, but once again is running low on food, sleep, and mood. Of course, her patients are now starving as well. As Rimmick engages in some frantic bed juggling, we'll wrap up this episode. Once again, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to leave any feedback you might have about this video or the series as a whole. I'm always looking for ways to improve. But for now, be kind, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.